Hi everyone, so I'm Dr Lizzy Bernthal. I'm a coach and a nurse and a midwife by background who spent 25 years in the army and deployed in all sorts of places around the world. And also I have a PhD in psychological wellbeing. So I thought it'd be helpful to share a few tools and techniques that I've put into place during my life that have really helped me when I've been in uncontrollable environments such as deployment in Afghanistan and places like that. So what I want to do is share my screen with you now of a PowerPoint presentation I've put together, which is just about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes of how to stay in control in an uncontrollable environment. Now, what's been interesting over the last little while is seeing how people's behaviour has changed. Now, this brings us back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So what happens in this triangle is that we have the basic needs at the bottom, which we have to have for survival. And then we can go up the pyramid until we get to the top. And the top is what we call self-actualization. So that's where we are the best version of ourselves. We've done lots of self-development. We are living our purpose. We are living our dream life in the sense that we are doing absolutely what we felt we were on the planet to do. And it may be that many of us were up in that top level, going for promotion, following our dream goals, and then suddenly this global epidemic arrives and we're way back to the bottom of the pyramid, where we are suddenly thinking about survival, about how we're going to survive, what's going to happen in the next few weeks. Are we going to get the virus, our jobs, our finance? Suddenly things seem very, very different. So physiological is the basic needs such as food, water, safety, and air that we can breathe, what we really need to actually survive. So this is a result of why some people might be, unfortunately, behaviour of hoarding food, hoarding loo rolls, food they don't probably not even going to eat, just simply because they need that security of knowing that if they can't get out of the house, they've got some food available. So I just thought that might be helpful to explain why the behaviour people are behaving. But the other thing is, once you feel safe, then you can start making connections. And so this is really a wonderful side that's happened over the last few weeks, is the people looking out, supporting each other, making sure those vulnerable have got food, are safe, are okay, because we're feeling a bit safer to help start looking after others. So what can we do to get into control? The most important thing is to develop a routine as quickly as possible. So you might be working at home now, you're in week 2 and it might feel a bit strange. But how that works is that it's important that you get up in the morning at a similar time than you would if you were at work. Making your bed, and I know this seems really simple, making your bed when we just generally have duvets, it takes seconds to make, but it's so easy to not do that. So setting your bed, making it look beautiful, can really set you up for a good day. It's getting into routine of doing those little acts of self-care, which maybe we don't normally bother with. So every morning I write 5 things I'm grateful for and 5 things I'm excited about in my diary, because I think that can really set us up for success and gets us to start noticing those little things in life that we previously had totally taken for granted, like having a hot shower. Reading self-development books is great, plus exercise, and honestly, I advocate exercise is a great leveler to help improve our mindset. So we're allowed out once a day at the moment, so please, I advise you to get out there, particularly if the weather's good. Just enjoy that little bit outside the house that can be a bit of a treat. Drinking hydration is very important, and sleep is vital. So this is an opportunity to get those early nights in while we're not out partying, because sleep is probably the most important thing we can do to help our well-being, our health, our nutrition, our immunity, and really help us stop having the chance of getting the virus, or if we do, that we can bat it off much quickly. And as part of that, rebalancing our nutrition is equally powerful to boost our immunity, because there's such a connection with our gut health and our mental health, and the majority of our serotonin is actually produced in our guts. So it's thinking of the things we can do that are easy to do, but actually easy not to do, because that is the habit of success. So 95% of people sadly never ever reach their potential. And that's because they're not aware of the power of easy gains. So how this works is having a think about something that you can do every day, particularly while we're in this lockdown, that can have an impact on our life. So for example, reading 5 pages of a self-development book, you might not think that makes any difference whatsoever, because it's only 5 pages and it takes 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day. However, if you think over the year how much benefit that has to you, then that is a great benefit. You could have read several books throughout the year just simply by doing that. So even if it's going out for a walk and then starting 5 minutes running a little bit, that will still benefit our mindset and our well-being. So have a think about those little quick wins you can do that become embedded in your daily routine, because that also is really important. Our mindset is absolutely key. Every word we say to ourselves is a blueprint that our mind, body, and psyche wants to make a reality. So let's make those words in our heads positive, and notice if you're catastrophizing, i.e., this is a nightmare, this is hell. No, it's not. It might be a challenge, it's not a nightmare, and it isn't hell. And your brain will listen to that and think this is hell, and therefore, as a result, it can really impact on what we think and how we behave. So notice if you're thinking negative thoughts, like I'm never going to understand this, I'm never going to get through this, I give up, I can't be bothered, it's just not good enough. And change that to actually, what are the opportunities here? What am I learning? It's a great excuse to have a clear out of our cupboards. It's a great excuse to do those jobs we've been putting off, connecting with our families, connecting with the people we've not spoken to for a long time that we maybe only communicate with at a Christmas card list. So this has a great opportunity also for enhancing communication, building up. If we've got a business, okay, it could be quite traumatic right now with have a loss of business, but actually this is a time to think about, when we come out of this, at the moment we're in the Bay of Biscay, how are we going to develop this when we come out of the Bay of Biscay and suddenly find ourselves through this and in the Caribbean. So our mind is everything. So what you think, you become. Your thoughts control your feelings control your actions, and your actions control your results. For example, this is where procrastination kicks in. So if you thought, oh, this is a really scary thing, I don't like doing my tax return, that creates a sense of anxiety. Oh, well, I won't do it today, can't be bothered. However, if you're thinking in terms of, oh, I'm a bit scared to speak to that person because I haven't spoken to them, you might not ring the phone. But actually, if you're thinking, oh, it's great, I've not connected with this person for a while, I haven't spoken to them, this could be a great opportunity, oh, it makes me feel really good, I'm going to help someone, then you pick up the phone and they're so delighted to speak to you. This is a great opportunity, particularly when you're caring for others, because this is all about other people. We are in isolation to help others, to help reduce this disease. So what a great feeling that you're actually saving lives simply by just not going out of the house. So be aware of what your mind is doing, so that it's working for you and not against you. So what the purpose of this is to get a sense of control. And it's really important to think about not only your words and your actions, but what are you doing that you can stay in control of. You can control what time your alarm goes off in the morning. You can control about going outside and getting some exercise. You can control about ringing somebody that you feel might be vulnerable, that might not be feeling great, to check how they are. but you can't control where the virus is going. You can't control how long we're going to be in lockdown for. So it's important to let go of those thoughts because we can't control it. It's a waste of energy to be trying to control something that we really can't control. So when you notice that you're feeling out of control, then it's important to get back into thinking about, well, what can I control? Yes, I can control my routine in my day. I can control when I have meals. I can control when I'm helping my daughter with their schooling or when I'm working from home. And as part of that, it's important to have a strong, structured routine that everybody negotiates in the household. You might normally be used to going to work, shutting the door at home, coming back in later in the evening, job done, work done, focusing on the family or focusing on whoever's at home. Now we have difficulty with boundaries because you might suddenly find you've got 3 children at home all the time, you're trying to do homeschooling, you've got deadlines at work, and everything becomes a mush, and you've never worked at home before, so you're all working together on the kitchen table and everybody's disturbing each other, and it's quite traumatic and difficult. This is when it's important to set boundaries between all of you. So having a discussion, a great communication, working out who's doing what, when they're doing it, if the children need homeschooling, who's going to support them, and if you're a single parent, of course, that takes even more negotiation because you've got to work out with your children, look, this is time I've got to do my work. This is when I can help you. This is when I'm here for you. And get a calendar that you mark off. Put the first things in that are non-negotiable, such as the time if you've got young children, what time you need them to get them up and give them their breakfast, put them to bed, what time meal times are. If you're going out for a walk, are you doing that together or are you taking it in shifts? Whatever works. And negotiation, and we can certainly coach, if you're having problems with any of this, we can certainly coach you on this, of how to have those conversations, how to personally get into control if situations you're finding you're not in control. But as part of that, make sure you have some treats. Now, treats doesn't have to be something massive because, of course, at the moment we can't go out for lovely meals and cocktails or whatever it is that massages, spa days, whatever. We can't do that. But you can give yourself treats like, when you're going to the supermarket, all supermarkets now tend to have things for the garden, or they have like shower gel. So that could be a treat, having a beautiful shower with some lovely shower gel that you find a treat, or getting some nice plants for the garden. Those little things that enhance our well-being, make us feel good, and give us a sense of, yes, we're absolutely worth it. And that's important to negotiate with those in your house as well, because somebody else's treat might not be somebody else's. So it's important that you actually work out what works for everybody. So what I'd like you to have a think about is what works for you. What you're going to do today that's going to have your greatest impact on today, next week, and next month. It might be something simple like not watching the news as often. And that's a great tip because it's so easy to be completely obsessed about the news. So what I suggest to people is watch the news once a day, take the notifications off your phone. A lot of the news some of it's absolutely great and really important to know, but there's a lot of drama, a lot of media hype as well, which doesn't help our mindset. So I suggest that maybe watching the news once a day, say at the 6 o'clock news, where all the briefings, the government briefings have taken place. I suggest not to watch it in the evening and not to watch it first thing in the morning, because that can really erode our day. Take the notifications off your phone so you don't have a ping every 5 minutes that there's some update. So that's what I would say. But a greatest impact on something really simple. It could be something like charging your phone outside your bedroom so you get a better night's sleep and you're not half listening for notifications, or turning your phone on silent during meal times. Whatever it does that has an impact on your well-being and those people that are in your house as well, today, next week, and next month. And meanwhile, we're all here as coaches to support you in however way we can. Whether it's about anxiety, whether it's the fact you're finding it struggling, how to work from home and how to set boundaries of working at home, whether you're having particularly at the moment, difficulties with routine or letting go of things you can't control, that sense of overwhelm, even having difficult conversations with those in your family where you feel you need to negotiate some situations that are more difficult to deal with. So I hope you find that helpful. I'll stop sharing the screen now. So just to say, we're here to support you in any way we can. So give us a call. We have coaching sessions that are up, just 20 minutes, half an hour. It doesn't have to be a long session, and we're here to support you in any way we can. And we're all going through this together. And just think, when you're isolating, if it's tough, then we are doing this to save other people's lives. As we stay in our houses, we are reducing the amount of deaths, and therefore the quicker we do it, the more effectively we do it, the quicker we'll be out of here and out and having a good time again outside our houses. So take care, be safe and well, look after yourselves, and we're here to support you in any way. Bye-bye.